What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy, and you're watching Morphs. This week's video, folks, it's an exciting one. It's another addition onto our carpet python series. Everybody knows how much I love carpet pythons, and I just want you guys to understand these misunderstood snakes, because they really are misunderstood. This is our beautiful, beautiful male, Xander. Everybody formerly knows him as Xena, but as we found out, he is not a she. But anyway, folks, this week's video, we're going to cover the temperament of these guys, because these guys have a bad rap for being bitey, nippy, just evil snakes, and that is certainly not true, as you can tell. There is a little bit of truth to the nippiness, but we'll get into that because it's perfectly understandable as to why these guys start out the way that they do. So before we get into this week's video, though, folks, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, drop me a comment down below. What are your thoughts on carpet pythons? Do you want one? Are you starting to warm up to them because of this series? And hi, buddy. And he wants to give me a kiss. Anyway, are you really enjoying the series? Because I'm enjoying showing you guys how amazing these guys really are. And just let me know what you guys think. I think y'all need a carpet python. But on top of it, though, before we dive into this week's video on the temperament and the demeanor of these guys, I want to thank the sponsors of this week's episode. Make sure you check out Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. He's working some killer ball python projects along with some other species of reptiles as well. He's also a one-stop shop for all of your branding needs, so check out all of his information in the description down below and hit him up. If you want to use the best reptile record keeping and tracking software on the market today, scan the QR code or click our partnership link in the description down below for a free 30-day trial of Husbandry Pro. I promise you, you will not regret it. Thank you, everybody, for sponsoring this week's episode. I greatly appreciate it. Also, like I said before, if you have not checked out Husbandry Pro, folks, make sure you do. Do not sleep on it. Click our affiliate link in the description down below. Gives you a free 30-day trial. What do you have to lose? Give it a shot, and I promise you, you will not regret it, because Husbandry Pro is amazing. Saves me a bunch of time. Anyway, let's dive into what this video is really about and what you guys are here to see. You're here to hear about these guys. Let's face it. Like I said, this is a male, 4-year-old male jungle carpet. He's basically fully grown, folks. This is about as big as what you're going to see males get. I mean, on average, I'm going to say. Everybody thinks these guys are really mean and nasty and terrible. And as you can see, that is anything but the truth. Now, if everybody remembers from the beginning of my channel, when I got this guy, he was nippy to start. The breeder I got him from, didn't really work with him. Didn't try to socialize him, I guess is the way to put it. And that's a big thing I think that's very important with these guys is, socializing them. Like when they're tiny and, they're babies and hatchlings, everything in their world is humongous to them because these guys come out small. I wish I had a hatchling to show you, but at this current moment, I don't. But hopefully we'll have some hatchlings this year, so fingers crossed on that one. His girlfriend's sitting in underneath the cave, and I think she either did ovulate already and we missed it, or, she's getting to that point. And he's going to really love me wearing a hat from now on. So the demeanor of these guys is very misunderstood because of how they are as hatchlings. Now, when they're hatchlings, dude, really? When they're hatchlings, ugh. All right, let's try that again. When they're hatchlings, like I said, everything's so much bigger than what they are. These guys come out really, really small. They're about like a foot long, and they look like basically big spaghetti noodles, to say the least. That being said, if you were in that boat and everything was much bigger than you and you were tiny, you would want to, be bitey and nippy and all that good stuff. He is really stretching out there, folks. Wow. Love this dude. And that being said, hatchlings a lot of times may become, they might be nippy, but not all will be nippy. So keep that in mind. It's kind of, just like any other animal or any other snake, they each have their own personality. One might be nippy, the other might not. That being said, though, if you do have one that's nippy as a hatchling, if you work with them and you just give them the time and you're patient with them, and basically, like, patience is key when working with these guys. If you have a nippy one, patience is key. You're going to want to try to have, do a couple handlings a week. and just kind of warm them up to the idea that you mean them no harm. And not, I would say 98% of the time, there's always going to be those few, you know, that they just don't warm up. But 98% of the time, I would promise you that they'll come around. This guy here would bite me like crazy when I got him. And he was a year old when I got him. Like I said, he wasn't socialized that much. So, you know, he didn't really know, people didn't mean him any harm. So we had a little bit of a rough start, and it got to the point where I had to, you know, wear gloves to work with him. But that was the thing though, putting on the gloves left us have good, you know, experiences. We ended our handlings on good experiences. So he started warming up to the fact that handling was okay. And now look at him. I mean, if you would have told me, I would have left this guy that close to my face. Granted, I flinched because he kind of like jerked back. Anyway, if you would have told me I would have left this guy that close to my face or climb all over my face like he was doing a little bit earlier there, getting up on my hat, I would have laughed at you just because of how nippy this guy was when he started off. And I'll tell you this much, folks, it doesn't hurt to get bit by these guys. It really doesn't. The gloves were more of a thing where it gave him one less heat signature to pick up and one less target to try to hit. So, you know, that's just it's patience. Patience is key when working with these guys. They're no different than any other snake, in all honesty. They really aren't. You're going to have ones that just don't like you no matter what you do, which I think that's few and far between no matter what snake you're working with. These guys are very, very, you know, they're amazing snakes. I can't say enough good things about them. They're probably my favorite in the whole collection. So yeah, so as hatchlings, they might be nippy. And that's something, you know, you're going to have to just determine, work with, and work through. All right, so as I was editing this video, I thought I needed to clarify on a few things. I would have brought Xander out, but he's currently kind of all balled up with his girlfriend at the moment. They're not locked up, but they're kind of just like it's in a giant snake ball, and I just didn't feel like untangling it. So I got Hercules out, which is our other male jungle carpet. The one thing I wanted to make a big, huge note on is that one, out of the 3 carpets, Xander was the only nippy one. Hercules here and Lagatha, which is our female, were the only 2 that weren't nippy out of the 3. They were completely fine to handle, complete puppy dogs from the word go. Now, that being said, I also want to make a huge emphasis, and I mean huge emphasis, on the fact that carpet pythons are not aggressive. Hey, let me repeat that, folks. Carpet pythons are not aggressive. They are defensive, not aggressive. And the defensiveness is basically because of how little they are, as I was just saying. But I just thought I needed to clarify that before I went on any further in this video, that these guys are not aggressive. They're just defensive, as are most snakes. I don't know a snake that is aggressive. They may be defensive though, but they are not aggressive, folks. So just, you know, keep that in mind as I'm going through this video. Remember, anytime I talk about nippiness, biting, all that stuff, it's not that they're aggressive. It's because they're defensive and they're trying to defend themselves because, you know, we're that much bigger than what they are. I also want everybody to know that I plan on doing a video as well in this series going over how to work with these guys if you do have a nippy one. So that video will be coming. I'm not going to cover that in this video though, because that'll make this video way too long. I'm going to give that its own video. I'm going to give you some tips, tricks, all that good stuff on how to work with, handle, and get through the nippy bitey stage if you do in fact encounter one that might be putting you through it. So that will be its own separate video, so stay tuned for that. I'm not sure when I'll film that, but it'll be sometime in the future. There's a lot of things I want to cover, so yeah, we'll get to it. Let's get back to this video. As they get older though, and you become not so much bigger than what they are, and they kind of come to the realization that you're not going to hurt them and that coming out and being handled is okay and it's actually kind of fun, they start mellowing out real quick too. You know, you always want to end any handling experience, even if you start having nipping problems, you want to end that experience on a good note. So, you know, you always try to work through the nippiness and make sure when you put them back that they're kind of calm. They're basically exploring like this guy is right now. That is the big key, I think, with, you know, getting them to pull through their little nippiness phase. As they get older, folks, I mean, look at this. This guy, he's about 6 foot long. I can't really, I mean, he's just like holding on to me. He's about 6 foot long. Beautiful, beautiful male. And he's not nippy anymore at all. Just, it took a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. I think that's one thing a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to put in the work that it takes to have these amazing creatures become like this. He's one of my, he is probably my most favorite snake in the whole room. I love all my snakes. I love all my carpets, but he's probably my favorite. Just, I mean, he's just absolutely gorgeous and stunning. But, you know, the temperament of these guys is very misunderstood. Everybody thinks they're mean, evil, nippy, bitey. And yes, they start out like that. But like I said, they don't stay like that. At some point, it's almost like you flip the switch on them. And, you know, they just kind of realize, hey, you're not that bad. You're okay. We'll let you slide type of deal. And they enjoy coming out, being handled, and getting to basically use you as a jungle gym. So that's the great thing about these guys, is that they move around. They use you like a jungle gym. I mean, he's just like all over the place. Now he's trying to get back to his enclosure. You know, they're active. They're inquisitive. They think. That's, you know, they're very aware as to what's going on. They're not stupid by any means. So you just got to treat them with respect, and you'll get respect back. And like I said, I mean, look, he's just very mellow. He's just easy going. This is how a lot of people don't think carpets get. But this is how the majority of them are. In all reality, folks, these guys are not mean, evil, bitey, you know. It's just a big, giant misconception. They are very much tame. I don't even want to say tame, but they're very mellow, and they really do well with being handled and worked with. And that's the one point that I want to, you know, try to drive home with everybody, is that they're not the evil snakes everybody thinks they are. They're very, very amazing snakes, to say the least. And, I mean, just look. Who doesn't want to have a snake this beautiful that loves to be out and explore and, you know, just great to interact with? If you wouldn't enjoy this, you're in the wrong hobby, folks. That's basically what all this video was about. I just wanted to break down, you know, the temperament that these guys are known for is anything but. They do, yes, like I've said several different times, and you guys probably are sick and tired of me saying it. As babies, yes, they are nippy sometimes. Work through it, folks. But taking a bite from a hatchling one of these is nothing. If you've got cats, dogs, anything like that, you know, getting scratched or bit by them is a lot worse than taking a hatchling bite from one of these guys. So just work through it. It's worth every little bit of nipping that you have to go through. And it doesn't last forever. Like I said, probably, I bet you if you ran statistics, it would be like 98% of carpet pythons work through their nippiness and become absolutely amazing snakes to handle and work with. And that's the big thing you want to take home. You just got to work with them. And as they get older, they get better on top of it as well. So between them aging, your patience, and you working with them nicely, ending every handling experience on a good note, that's all it takes. Just give them the time of day, and you will get to experience the joys and the amazingness of dealing with a snake that isn't huge, but, hi buddy, but will take your breath away. Because not only are they just absolutely stunning and beautiful, but they're thinking. They're a snake that is constantly paying attention to what's going on around them. So that's going to be it for this week's video, folks. I know it might have been a very, I don't know. Some people might think this was maybe a pointless video. I don't know. I think it's a video that had to be said because these guys have such a bad rap for just being nippy, bitey, evil. And when this guy was growing up and I was starting to work with him, you know, he was nippy and bitey. And, like, he bit me 10 times in one handling, folks. I'm not going to lie. But now look at him. Like, every bit of effort and work that I put into to calming this guy down and working with him was worth it all. I mean, I would not go back and redo anything. I would still make the purchase of him. I would go back and do everything the exact same because he turned out absolutely amazing. And I just love this dude. But that's going to be it for this week's video, folks. Xander, come back here, buddy. Come back here. Where you at? Come here. Come on. Come back and say bye to the people. That's going to be it for this week's video, folks. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video because I enjoy showing these guys off. Like I said, I want to get carpets a lot more attention on the channel. And this year, I think it's going to happen because I think we're going to get a clutch of them as well. So, we're going to keep pumping this series out. Hopefully, we'll have a carpet clutch to be pulling later on this season. And, we're just going to keep... I'm going to try to show everybody how amazing these snakes really are. Just look at that. I mean, they're majestic, folks. That's all there is to it. They are literally just a majestic snake. But that's going to be it, folks. I hope you really enjoyed this video because I enjoy showing these guys off and trying to show you that carpets are amazing. And they're just as amazing as a ball python or anything like that. Personally, they're probably a little bit cooler than a ball python too. Anyway, that being said, make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. Drop me a comment down below. What do you guys think about carpet pythons? Do you think they're these mean, nippy, evil snakes? Do you want to own one? Is this series helping you out and making you want to own one? And hey, buddy. And see, this is what I love. Like, you don't get this interaction out of many other snakes. I absolutely love this, even though it feels weird. But anyway, I'll catch you guys all later. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe. I'll catch you guys all later. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the like button. Like I said, drop me a comment down below. What do you think of this series? What do you think of how these snakes act? And you're not going to get this from anybody, any other snake, folks. I mean, look at this. I got like a snake hack going on now. But that's going to be it. I will catch you on the next video, and we'll keep pumping this series out. And I'll catch you next time. Later.